I'm Paul Perkins with the check of your ag weather. Waves of rain continue to lift north as low pressure lifts across the plains. Rain rapidly ends from southwest to northeast this evening. Most of our rain amounts expected to range from a half inch to an inch and a half. Heavier amounts occur to the east of Highway 281, while lighter amounts are expected with the sharp drop-off to the west of Highway 183. Highs through the weekend remain close to seasonal in the mid-40s to the low 50s. The exception over southwest Nebraska and northwest Kansas, where highs warm into the mid-50s by Sunday. On the backside of strong low pressure, northwest wind gusts of 40 to 50 are likely for tomorrow and Wednesday, mostly to the north of I-80 and especially north of Highway 92. There is a short-term warming trend in our long-term forecast. Nebraska and Kansas temperatures are seasonal to slightly warmer than normal this weekend through early next week. Higher chances of milder temperatures over the southwest half of Nebraska and all of Kansas. Nebraska and Kansas temperatures drop back to seasonal or near normal the middle of next week for Thanksgiving through the 1st of December. Nebraska and Kansas precipitation near normal to slightly below normal this weekend through early next week. That's before a trend of near normal to slightly above normal precipitation the middle of next week through December 1st. Key weather factors impacting the markets include more drought reduction in the plains and Midwest with another big storm this week and overall good crop weather for South America. Locally heavy rain affecting the central U.S. builds northward and eastward. Heavy rain, locally 2 to 4 inches or more, may affect portions of the Gulf Coast as the cold front interacts with tropical moisture from the remnants of Tropical Storm Sarah. 5-day precipitation totals could reach an inch or more from the upper Midwest into the Northeast, with midweek snow possible in North Dakota and nearby areas, and later in the week across the higher elevations of the central and northern Appalachians. During the late week, temperatures fall below 10 across portions of the northern plains. Another storm moves through the northern plains and Midwest this upcoming weekend, and another follows across the plains and Midwest the early to middle of next week. Scattered rain and snow are expected with both storms, but amounts are uncertain. Mississippi River water levels continue to rise, and that could be maintained with more rain this week and next week. In Brazil, conditions are favorable with wet season rains in the central for soybean establishment and rain moving through the south this week. Towards Argentina, rain this past weekend missed a key central area that's been drier. Argentina conditions currently are mostly favorable, especially with widespread rain this upcoming weekend and early next week. Some of Argentina is becoming drier, and concerns continue with the building La Nina in the late crop season. Overseas in Europe, widespread rain continuing this week helps the drier southeastern locations while keeping the soil moisture very high elsewhere. European wheat going dormant in mostly good condition. With the check of your ag weather, I'm Paul Perkins.